What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video where you saw by the title and thumbnail, racetracks are closing everywhere, but not here. We've already reopened one on the front of the property and now we're working on the second. So let's get right into today's video. Alright guys, we are almost out to the track and it is Autocross 3.0. This is the third Autocross we'll have done out here this year. That means that we have two more opportunities to come out after the time of filming today for you guys to participate or spectate for this season. We might have one or two more other little shows out here you can come and watch, but otherwise it'll be shut down for autocrossing for the year. As always, it was a late night and then it's bright and early, and yeah, there's so much stuff you have to get ready prior to the day of the show that it's been awesome to have a lot of great help. So last night Andy and Chad and his family came out and they helped me out, set up all the cones and got the camper set up and just a whole number of things we got done. We got the timing board all set up on the building now. As you saw in the last video, we've got a little bit of a power plant there. I don't think it's going to be enough to run the PA system, so we're going to run generator anyways. It'd be nice to have permanent power there, but that's a pretty big project. Without just adding another meter socket, which is another meter fee every month for using it, you know, a couple times a month. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, I'm just about to the track. I got to set up the camper a little bit. We got to get coolers full of water and ice and whatnot, and there's a little bit more prep work to do. But we'll see you guys after we get rolling, and yeah, I'll show you guys what some of the cars are like today. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. It's a beautiful sight. Supposed to have decent weather today. It might rain a little bit later, but for now it's seeming like it's going to be okay till around 1, 2 o'clock. All right, we are in and the track is looking strong, guys. Got a couple more sponsor banners up. This is probably half of the sponsors that are actually sponsoring the track right now, and I don't take it as, I guess, what the kids would call a humble brag, but we actually have a lot of really good sponsors, and most of them just ended up not picking up a banner to hang on here. But at any rate, yeah, we got lots of sponsors. We got kind of a little bit of a different starting point to the course setup, but I gotta set up some stuff here by the tower, and then yeah, hopefully it'll be a smoother morning than ever. We're starting to get our process kind of dialed in here, so we should see how the morning goes. I think I hear Andy coming. Who have we here? It's got to be a silver fox body. There he is. That's Andy. He is our beloved starter. So he's gonna help me kind of get set up this morning. He's actually been helping out here a ton. So I'm super appreciative for Andy and his family and his kids coming out all the time. I'm keeping my kids busy and he's keeping me busy too. So you won't be autocrossing it, but it runs 9s at like 140. So that's a fast car there. And a bad man. All right, let's get to setting up the timing board and everything else. We got some work to do. So we got the timer running up on the front of the building there. Jim and Jeff are running it. PA system is cranking, which is nice because it gives us coverage over on the spectating area.
40.633 did not beat his best time.
There goes Cody. Didn't quite make the corner there without killing it. So looks like Carl Soller's up now. We'll go film his run a little bit. So he just finished his lap up there, and looks like he took home a 42.425.
Jake getting wild out there, putting down a time of 45.906. No call.
So that's kind of the gist of the run. Food truck set up over here for lunch. We're about to go into the lunch hour. But I think we got another 45 minutes left of this session. And yeah, Jake holding it down for the F-body crowd. There you go.
Time of 40.170, one cone.
Oh, one cone. I didn't even see it. Oh. So, there is one cone set up here. Right there. That looks like you teed off on that one. That's pretty common to hit. So, see some more. Let's go check out some of the other action. See if there might be some more cars this afternoon, but this is a pretty good car count for everyone to get 6 runs. Well guys, that's a wrap for Autocross 3.0 out at Black River Motorsports Park in Superior, Wisconsin. I think I just want to do a quick walk around, tell you guys about the day. I filmed it a little bit, but I do have some takeaways from it that I think, I don't know, are worth addressing. Today was a really good day because the last 2 Autocross events that we ran, we had really good attendance last time relative to the first 2 we did. So technically our 3rd one last month. We had great attendance, and this month it was the same. In town, where everybody lives in Duluth and Superior, there was rain. So I think that deterred a lot of people from coming out. But what it ultimately showed is that even in bad weather, we had the same, you know, basic attendance as we did last time. If it was a nice day all over the area, I think we would have done better yet again, which is really good. And a lot of people probably won't talk about financial stuff, and I won't get into detail, but at the end of the day, this was a profitable day for us, which means, like you saw this time, we put bleachers in from last time. This was a donated PA system, which I've made pretty clear. Kevin Pounds, Ohio, thank you again. This was invaluable today. This made, between this Autocross event and the prior one, this was probably the single biggest change, I would say. A lot of people used the bleachers that we've got now, which the last event, basically we raised enough money through ticketing that it paid for those 2. And that's about it, but it paid for those 2. You know, because there's of course costs to running this stuff, you know. It's to do any sort of motorsport is not cheap, especially when you're the host of it, when you think about the total overhead of everything. But that's neither here nor there. The point of what I'm getting at is that this is a really good day. The way that the process flowed from start to finish, you know, from tech to running it, it went great. We've got a really good team. Jeff, Jim, Alex, I mean, I'm gonna miss somebody. All of us as a team that have been out here working on this place, and especially running the events, that is what has made the difference, I think, for the experience for everybody, and myself included as like the owner of the property. Everything went great today. I didn't have to do a ton of hard decision making. The last couple times were kind of chaotic. This time we really started hitting our groove, I think, which is really cool because we only get one chance a month to hit our groove. It's not a regular brick and mortar business, which this is, where you're open 5 or 7 days a week or whatever. This is something that's open one day a month, and you have one chance to make it fun for everybody. So I got to do the numbers and see what kind of money we got after today. This place is primarily funded by events, and it's supported by sponsors, but YouTube is something I do to kind of show you guys the process from start to finish, because this is something that started without YouTube. You got to look at it that way. It's one of the places that you put the cart before the horse, right? It's not paid for by what you're seeing through your TV or phone or whatever. This is all done through support, people donating stuff, you know, like the PA system, donating their time, sponsoring the place, helping out, cutting grass, assembling bleachers. I mean, it's a total community effort. I just happen to be the one filming it, you know, on occasion. So anyway, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but I'm just kind of sharing thoughts as I have them after the day. You guys saw a couple of clips of cars running. It was apparently another fun day by everybody. Most of the cars that came today were returning. We had a couple people that came from 3 to 4 hours away from the track, which I think is a good sign. Whether they'll be back or not, I don't know. It's been smiles and thumbs up, but you know, I guess time will tell if people come back or whatever, because it's a long drive. It's something you can go out and try one time, but will you come back? Is it that fun? I don't know. I guess time will tell. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this segment. I guess probably from here, I'm not sure what the next segment of this video is going to be, but I'm just sharing a couple of parting thoughts before I take off for the day. I'm super thankful for everybody that came and helped out today. You know, my friends and especially my family that run the ticketing area and, you know, I'll call it the gate area where you come in and get registered or what have you. I'm very grateful for all the help that I had, because this is volunteer ran, and a lot of people have been adamant and vocal about, you know, pretty much refusing money, because I'm just surrounded by, you know, I'm pretty much surrounded by good people. So I guess, yeah, without them, it wouldn't be doing, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So I guess thank you to all you guys. So if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about, and it really means a lot. So thanks. I guess we'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, so this is our permitted pumping location, and what we have here is a 3-inch flexible discharge pipe running out to this part of the property here where the water's discharging. And pretty much what I'm going to do today, because we've been pumping for a few days already, is uncover the pump out there. We had some decent weather the last night, so I just left it covered instead of hauling it all the way in and emptying it, having to reprime it, what have you. I'll show you the progress after a few days, but I think we're down about 6 inches or so. Our permit really only covers us for pumping a few hours a day, and we pretty much have to stick to that. And luckily it does work out that we can really only monitor it for a few hours a day. So we're on site the whole time it's pumping. We're keeping close track of everything. And the DNR also requires that we have documentation we fill out daily. It's a basically a log is what I would refer to it as, about how the pumping went, and, you know, erosion, discharge, things that you see coming out or being sucked in, etc. But anyways, I'm not going to go over all that. What we're doing here is called a dewatering project, and what we're doing is discharging rainwater from this clay basin out into the rest of the clay property, which this is all clay, it's just grown over. So Anyways, that's enough rambling about the ins and outs of it. My buddy Chad left this neat little transfer pump here to fill up from a pump to fill up from a tank into the fuel tank of the system. I got absorbent mats to put under it to make sure if anything drips or you spill a little bit, it's caught right away and there's nothing on the ground. So we got a pretty sanitary system going on here. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna get my boots on and hopefully keep ticks off me because they're nasty little critters, and we'll get that pump started and show you guys how much it flows. Well, believe it or not, about 10 plus years ago, this was the location of the fastest karting track in the Midwest, so I'm told by people that have been here or know people that have raced here. This is the former home of Copper Creek Motorsports Park in Superior, Wisconsin. The property and track is now named Black River Motorsports Park. We predominantly use the front for autocrossing right now, but there is a second track that we are starting the revival process on in light of all the recent events. Places like Atco and Vandermeer closing, and a number of other drag strips are closing all over the country. But we're on a different scale out here. But that also means we have a much bigger possibility of doing some rejuvenation and revitalization, which is awesome. We're going to start another afternoon of pumping down pond water that has currently flooded our clay go-karting track out here. All right, I got my muck boots on, so let's get on here and get this old sign off. I just put this old sign on here to make sure that no rainwater or anything's gonna be landing on our pump. I mean, it's ironic because it lives in water, I guess, but anyway, I'm gonna fuel this thing up, start it, and you guys will see just how it works. All right, let's see. Usually goes on one pull, so let's see what it does. Got some engine noise, but basically got a filtered suction pump here, and what it does is discharge up on the property over here. So it's discharging right now. I guess we're gonna let it run for an hour or so before we have to fuel it up again, but this is the idea. A lot of pressure in here, so it moves some serious water. As I recall, it's like 290 gallons per minute max is what that particular pump and 3-inch hose setup is rated to run at max discharge, and that's what we're licensed to discharge. So that's pretty much it. Not a lot of action here, but let's go putz on the track and do some other projects. It's like 90 degrees and humid out here, which is abnormal for Wisconsin and Minnesota this far north. A lot of folks that live in other parts of the country are used to this type of stuff, but this is a hot, miserable day for us up here. So we'll see how long I survive. I got some painting to do, other odds and ends to clean up. So let's go work on that for a while and let this thing pump down. All right, so at Autocross 3.0, if you came out here and participated, what you saw is that we have a new spot for our timing board. It's a big LED scoreboard. We have 2 more public events coming up. It's 4.0 on August 12th and 5.0 sometime in September. I forget when. I'll put a text comment here. But otherwise, we got one private day with the Ford Mustang and Shelby Club coming up. That's probably going to be scheduled in late August or early September. My buddy Chad is out back right now cutting some grass, and I'm going to start working on this, and I guess we will see you guys in a little while. All right, so that's pretty much it for painting on that. I got a couple coats on, siliconed a whole bunch more up there, and refastened some of the siding because it was actually pulled apart a little bit where the seams meet on that T111. This is about done. I got a little bit more trim to touch up on the garage in the back of the property, but my buddy Chad is cutting grass back there right now. I got to go refuel the pump, and we got a couple more hours out here tonight, and that's gonna be about it for this time out here. But yeah, I'm gonna pack up, take the mule to the back of the property, and keep working. All right, well, it's getting dark out here. Chad and I got a whole bunch cut. Everything around here is cut. Behind the wall is cut. All the way on top of the hill is cut. And you know what? That's a pretty good dent in it for today. We're at our time allotment for pumping, so I'm gonna slow down the engine for a while, shut it down, and we'll pick up this in the next segment of the video. All right, so check it out. We've got the PTO drive shaft with a brand new male and female slip yoke, a new quick coupler, and cleaned up. It looks like they put U-joints in it too. So this is completely rebuilt by Duluth, by Driveline Specialist Inc. in Duluth, Minnesota. It was like $450, so this is actually pretty expensive, but it's all brand new. It's like half the price of a new, I guess you could say, unit through John Deere with parts and whatever, and this should be perfect to get our deck not shaking like crazy anymore. So I'm gonna throw this back in. Andy made these signposts that we're gonna put permanent signage on, and here's the update as of now. The water level is just way down, and as you can see, Chad came through here and cut all this with a weed whacker and his riding lawnmower. I mean, he did work back here. So I'm a tree hugger as much as the next guy, but we're getting this back to a racing surface here over the future, and that's kind of where we're gonna end our video for today. We're gonna get the lawnmower running, talk about the clay track a little bit more, show you guys progress, and go from there. So let's hop into fixing up that lawnmower and see if our wobble went away. All right, so first things first, we'll put the quick coupler back on. So in theory, this should go pretty quick. Not the most interesting thing to watch, I'm sure, but nonetheless, it is what I gotta do to get the mower going again. Alright, so that's on. There's a quick coupler on the inside of it. Let's see how well this fits on. On this side is a keyway on the, oh, key fell off, I guess. Yeah, there's just a keyway that this side of the shaft fits in, so it should fit pretty much how I took it out. As you'd expect, it's being a pain. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we'll go to where full engagement looked like it was, which is there. That's about it. I'm gonna squeeze some grease on that shaft, and you know what? I'm thinking we're gonna be off and running. What I should do is change the oil on this gearbox, so look at that quick. I just gotta tighten up that shaft and yoke, and I'll see what we got. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for today's video. The John Deere is running as good as ever. We used it quite a bit 2 nights ago now. And yeah, pump's running again. This is like day, I would guess 8, maybe 9 right now. We can do, I think, up to 4 hours a day is what our allotment is for our dewatering permit. That's what we said we were going to do, so that we kind of restricted ourselves that way. Kind of planned for doing it in afternoons and stuff. But the water level's down, I would guess about 4 feet at this point. There's some white marks I'll zoom in and show you on these telephone poles. So at their highest point, we've got to be a solid 4 feet down, I would estimate. But the big difference that you can really tell today is the shoreline. The water was up here at the top of this grass line, and look at how far it's came down into where the cattails were that we were cyclamowing and stuff. It's down considerably. So that's pretty much it. This is like watching paint dry. Obviously I'm not filming this because it would take forever, and you really wouldn't get anything out of it. So that's about it for this update on the track. Saturday, August 12th is 1 week from the day of filming, and we're going to have Autocross 4.0 out at the racetrack. So if you are local or far and want to support the track, you can go to the pre-registration link down below, and you can pick up a driver or a spectator ticket. There is also a donation option down there because many people, as I've stated before, have asked about being able to chip in towards the track that just simply can't make it. There's not really another way to do it. So you can help out that way. There's also a merchandise link as always, so you can pick up a t-shirt, sticker, whatever, something simple. Every little thing helps. But that's about it for today's video. I'm gonna let this thing run for a few more hours, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll have this pretty much pumped down to nothing and see what we got. We'll chat with you. We'll see you guys in the next video.